Hey everybody, it's Tony Spandrio. Well, it's Tony's Tuesday tip of the week. I've missed a couple weeks. I've been very busy. We've got some flips going on and whatnot. So I'm just kind of reaching out here today and getting back into the groove of things. So I'll wait for a little bit here for people to start joining in. Today we're going to talk about should you refi your rental or not. And so it's going to be a pretty good conversation. I've done a lot of analysis in regards to refining, and I've done some refining lately, done some loan modifications lately, and so I'm really anxious to share with everybody today a little bit about that. So, I want to give it a few minutes for everybody to come on board here, and probably take about 15 minutes of our time today to talk about should you refi. So anyway, hey, I don't know what everybody else has been up to, but we've been busy on this end. I got my board back here. My assistant, Janelle, has been helping me do a lot of marketing, and we've got a lot of mailings going out right now, and it's really awesome. We're really focusing on the high equity type of properties, but also we're focusing on the lower income. So low income, low household income, but high equity. So we're doing a lot of mailing on that. We had I don't know, a couple hundred went out yesterday, and just went out about 500 stamps, and so we're staying really active with that. Other than that, I've got a flip going on in Windsor that's going really, really well, and we got a couple more weeks left. I can tell you guys, hey, if you guys are doing flips and you want to consider putting in a countertop, laminate countertop especially, it's 2 to 3 weeks out sometimes from some of these vendors. So just a little tip there. But anyway, hey, let's go ahead and get started about should I refi or not. Well, I'll tell you a little story. We've got a property that is in Greeley, Colorado, and we bought this property back in 2011. Now, we got a really, really good deal on it. We actually got it from Home Steps. And Home Steps, we were able to pick up the house for about $60,000. Well, today the house is renting for $1,350 a month. Now it's a duplex. It's 2-bedroom up and 1-bedroom. Excuse me, 2-bedroom, 1-bath up, 2-bedroom, 1-bath down. But right now we're renting it out as a 4-2, and so we had a 5-year arm on it, and it was getting ready to reset. So we took a look at it. Now, situations that you got out there too, I want you guys to take heed of this and kind of understand. So it sounds great to be able to do a cash out refi, right? I mean, the house has literally doubled, almost tripled in value. And with it tripling, doubling, tripling in value, you can think, well, wow, I could probably get maybe 75-80% out of that. And then obviously go ahead and turn that money back into work for us and buy some more property. So when I took a look at that, one thing I wanted to make certain though was, now that new mortgage amount, what's that going to do for my cash on cash return, and how's that going to be affected? And I found that really interesting. So you got to learn to run your numbers. So if you took a look at all your expenses and you took a look at what that income was, but now you've got a new PITI, okay? Now, not only principal and interest, but what else do you think is possibly going to happen? I have a house that we bought for $60,000, and my taxes are based on $60,000, right? Well, if this house tripled in value and now it's worth $180,000, I have a chance that house could get reassessed. Therefore, I'm going to have increased property taxes to pay. So I have to really look at that and reevaluate it. Like I say, it sounds great, but in 2006, 7, people were doing this, and that's what got a lot of people in trouble. So one of the things that I highly recommend is that before you go out and start refining a rental property, make certain that you're checking your numbers. Now, the banks are pretty much going to want you to have a certain ratio of debt service coverage ratio. Okay? Now that debt service coverage ratio is typically about 1.25. So they can take and look at that and say, well, as long as you've got at least 1.25 times the income after your expenses, hey, they feel pretty confident that you'll be able to make the payment. But, oh Lord, if something was to happen to the economy and all of a sudden the values were to drop, I mean, it's a possibility, and or all of a sudden you had to start lowering your rent amount, I mean, that could have a drastic effect. And even though you've gotten some cash out, the last thing you want to do is be holding on to a property that could all of a sudden be non-performing and you could have to be foreclosed on it. So I'm just asking everybody to be safe and look at your numbers. Or what you can do is do a loan mod. Because with a loan modification, typically the banks don't want you to have to resubmit your personal financial statements, okay? So that's pretty huge. No personal financial statements. And what they'll do is just remodify it. Now, we took one that was a 5-year ARM, and we put it into a 15-year fixed. And we just remodified it. Our payments only went up like $100. So it was nothing at all. But here's the deal is that it's got great value. So now, what else could I do? Well, I could use it and get a HELOC. And I could use that HELOC to turn around and lend money out to maybe become a private money lender, right? So, I mean, think about it. If I've got, all of a sudden, I've got, $125,000 of equity in the property, and I could turn around and loan out $100,000 at 10 or 12%, and I'm only paying 4 or 5% for the HELOC. Wow, short-term loans. Hey, that's awesome way to go. So think about that. Just another way of doing that. Hey, guys, I want to say hello. Hi, Nicole. Hi, Paul. Hi, Tom. And everybody else out there, hey, thanks for joining me. So really take a hard look at that. Now, we also are looking at refining an apartment complex. Well, get this, guys. So we have an apartment complex that we bought back in 2012 for $525,000. Do you know that that thing's worth almost $1 million today, 5 years later? Holy cow. So now that's a whole different story, because now we're only going to take like 65% of that loan amount. You don't have to take 80, but we're taking about 65%, and we're going to pay all of our investors back. This is what's way cool, guys. And so we're going to pay back the investors that invested with us, right? And now they're paid off. They have their initial investment back. Well, what do you think they're going to get as a percentage of return now on their cash flow? Come on, what is it? Infinity. Yes, it's infinite, because now they have nothing into it. You talk about being some happy campers. That's really going to be awesome. So you got a lot of pros and cons when you're thinking about refining. In an apartment complex world, I mean, that's just the ultimate way to go with this. And our rents keep increasing. I mean, Colorado right now is just, it's a wonderful market. What can I say? Well, guys, I want to take a moment to explain this about refining. So, just to kind of take a minute or two here just to recap, is if you're going to refi and you're worried about the rates going up. Hey, Christo, thank you for joining me. Yes, this is good stuff. Hey, and if you're going to consider that rates are going to be going up, it's not a bad idea to think about refi. But think about the loan mod. I mean, what if you've gotten a number of other properties over the last 4 or 5 years? And what if your debt to income, your DTI, what if that's just a little bit off right now? And if that was a little bit off and you were to go out and try to refi, well, what if you got denied on being refied, perhaps, okay? So think about that, because a loan mod, again, you don't have to resubmit a personal financial statement again. So that's just some really cool tips, okay? Gosh, guys, my book. Oh, my book. I got to tell you, my book's just about done. I'm actually in the final draft of rereading my book. and it's going to be coming out. Cash Flow Essentials, the ultimate guide to real estate investing. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this. I've been working on it. It's going to be close to 170 pages. I can't believe that I've written that much, but I'm really super excited, and I'm pretty much ready to send it to the designer and get it all designed, and we're going to get it published. I am really super excited. I can't wait to share it with everybody. Cash Flow Essentials is doing fantastic. We had an event about 4 weeks ago. It was absolutely phenomenal. Guys, we're even going to have another one. So my next event is going to be May 6th and 7th. And it's going to be here in Colorado. But now we're looking at going out into the United States, into other areas, and to share all of our wisdom that we have. We love this. So guys, keep an eye out there for us. I hope Tuesday's tip today for refinancing or not was helpful. And you can always reach out and get a hold of me. My email is tony@cashflowessentials.com. And you can always reach out, ask me any other questions that you might have, be able to help you out. Tomorrow I'm actually going out to Vegas to see my two boys. They're working on a flip, and I'm going to go out there, see what's going on. Looking at making some appointments to meet about 7 or 8 other investors to look at partnering with them and seeing what we can do in Vegas. Vegas is really hot, and I got 2 boys that are there doing that rehab and fixing flips already. So it's going to be an awesome team. Well, guys, listen. Hey, thank you for watching. I'll let everybody go now. Don't forget, do your numbers. Think closely about refining or just doing a loan mod. And we'll talk to you later. Take care now. Bye.